In his book, The Wisdom Series, one of my favorite authors, Dr. Mike Murdoch, has a quote that I absolutely love. It says that anger is simply passion, needing instruction. He goes on to say that anger can be devastating to your career, your life, and your family. My name is Justine and I welcome you to the show. Today, Life Stories takes this road right here to Luzira Women's Prisons, where we meet an inmate whose encounter with anger had devastating consequences. Every single day has its own challenges to be overcome, joys to share, and sorrows to bear. On that fateful day 13 years ago, Saison met a challenge which she failed to overcome and thus changed the course of her life forever. In a fit of binding jealousy, Saison attacked a woman she suspected of having an affair with her husband and poured acid on her face. Beyond the story today is in Luzira Women's Prison. I am seated in the office of the officer in charge of this prison. And with me is a special lady. She is the leader of all the inmates in this prison. Saison, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
How is life here?
Fine.
Life is fine.
Yes, because I have accepted. Life must continue.
Tell me about it.
Obviously, when I accepted what brought me here, I reformed. Because life must continue. It doesn't matter that where you are, life should stop, even if you're in prison. And you concur with the regulation of the prison. Life continues. Because I know what brought me here. It wasn't okay. And I have now changed. That's what matters is peace. If I'm having peace, I'm fine.
How do you find peace from these broken pieces of your life?
Obviously, when you first check yourself, if you remove that selfishness and you know that really there is a mistake you did, suppose you are the other side, what could you do? So when I learned that it wasn't okay, I accepted the situation. What about those who are dead? At least I'm here. And it has helped me those 9 years. It has helped me how to control life, how to control hunger, how to cooperate with people. Before I didn't know that there is such changes, you can tolerate problems. I didn't know, I didn't have that. I had pressure, I had stress. You know, it wasn't easy, but at least here, and being a leader, it has also contributed. Challenges are there. So you accept that, yes, something has happened. Admit it.
So you've been here for 9 years?
Yeah.
And how many years left?
5.
5 years.
Yeah.
Prison life is a lesson in soul searching as you live day by day, reflecting on your actions, hour by hour, wondering what you could have done different, slowly learning how to deal with emotions. Saison put the pieces of her life together and moved on. At what point did you realize that what I've done is serious and I am in big trouble? At what point did you see that?
After 2 years in prison.
After 2 years in prison?
Yeah.
Even on the day of the sentence, it didn't make sense?
No, I had not known. I had not accepted what I did. It was not the right thing.
You did not think that at that point?
Yeah, I thought I was the right person.
Why? Why did you think so?
I thought what I did was solving a problem, but after 2 years I realized I've missed many things. I've missed my children, I've missed my people, I've missed my business, I've missed my studies. All those things, it was useless on only one issue. But at least now, that's not so.
So the problem, you said you thought you did what you did because you were solving a problem. What problem was that? Was it domestic?
It was, yeah, domestic violence.
It was a domestic problem.
Yeah.
What was your relationship like with your husband and your children and your people?
Before I was like selfish, thinking that when you have like a partner, it must be, it must be smooth. I didn't know how to handle the issues. I thought it was the last person. I thought I was not someone, but when I reached here, I realized that that's not the way I should.
So you think the problem was you were selfish?
Yeah, yeah.
So you were not having problems in your relationship then?
They were there, but I didn't know how to handle.
You didn't know how to handle
Yeah.
it. So it was a mixture of you not knowing how to handle problems
Yeah.
and also being selfish.
Yeah.
We declined on having Saison's children and said because of fear of them being ostracized for any reason. But we're going to be talking to Saison and she will tell us a bit about her children alongside her life in prison. So, Saison, how do you engage your children? You being in prison and them out there, how does that happen?
We always communicate through writing. Even they come to visit me during holidays. We get ample time and we talk. I advise them, and what makes me proud and happy, whenever they are communicating with me, after talking to them, they always remind my words which I have told them. And that's
They remind you?
Yeah, that Mommy have told us we should do this, and we are following because that's what makes you happy. Yeah.
So, who do they live with?
Their father.
Okay. Did you tell your children the truth?
Yeah.
How did you do that harmlessly, them being children?
It was a challenge because they could come and tell Mommy, they could put newspaper there, people could come, bring newspapers about you, indirectly to show what happened. So whenever they could ask him, I could come out, I could open to them.
How did you get them to understand what exactly went on?
It's better to first accept your mistake instead of, making yourself that good, you are good over. No, you accept the mistake. Then you say, that's so bad, and I don't encourage it, and it has ended, I promise it will never happen again.
So were you planning on telling them the truth, or you told their children, and until we told you people tell us this?
The good thing, I don't plan. The good thing on me, I'm ever open to any situation, as long as the approach matters. Yeah, I can be open in any situation. So it was easy for me to come out. It wasn't like a war, what,
You didn't feel confronted.
And basically, being I'm now a safety person, it's so easy to talk what comes.
You're now saved. You got saved from here?
From here to 2003, 3rd Feb.
What inspired you to get saved here in prison?
Yeah, what inspired me, when they allow us preachers, the preachers always come, and testimonies, people give testimony. I thought it's me who is the worst person. When I realized people have problems and the testimony they could give us, there's somewhere there is a testimony which touched me. Also, it was like about marriage. Then I realized it's not only me, it's all over. But it's because me, I didn't know how to handle the situation. So I think even to get saved, it's not you yourself. No, it's true. Holy Spirit is there. God is alive. So I felt that I should release this burden. And indeed, when I accepted and confessed, not only the case which brought me this, but many issues, I became relieved. I accepted the situation. Even characters you change, and it has helped me so much.
Do you ever feel like the blame of all these lies with your husband, it having been a family problem?
No. When I realized my mistake, no, but I don't blame anybody. It's me.
Before you realized, what did you think?
Before I realized that it's not them.
Before you realized your mistake.
Yeah, I thought the other side. But after realizing it's me who had the problem. Nobody had a problem. Even if it's my husband, no.
So you had so many people that believed in you. You have a husband, you have children, relatives, workmates. Do you ever feel like you let them down? Or you think it was just another story about making a mistake?
Yes, I let them down. Obviously, I let them down. It was not right. It's not good to do that young. And I had to defend myself. It's bad.
Let's take a short break, and when we return on the show, Saison still tells the tale of her meeting point with prison and her lessons from